Hey, what's happening, everybody? Y'all know who it is. Your main man, CaliboiJones. That's right. It's one time for the Talk About It Tuesday. Listen, I got special guests coming up. As soon as they check in, we're going to check in with them. Buddha and Baby from Sipping and Conversations are going to be live with us to talk about their success in doing podcasting, interviews, and how it has changed their life with being recognized across the city of Orlando and anywhere else that they're being, watched on Facebook Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Hey, there they go right there. Y'all ready? Let's get them on right now. Y'all stay tuned. Let's talk about it Tuesday, baby. What's up, Jonas? Oh, what's happening, Silver?
Hey, I just want to make sure I got everything on here.
Have a seat, baby.
My peoples, they got the bench seat. Let's go. What's happening?
Hey.
Where the Buddha go? Make sure you get all. Hey, hold on now. Y'all know I came prepared now.
Okay.
Come on.
You better.
Hey, I'm on with the zippers, man. I gotta do it right.
That's right. It's nothing like a little conversation while you're sitting.
I'm here.
Slow down.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I don't want them to be knocking stuff everywhere.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, y'all. First of all, y'all know we got to get started. Tell everybody what we sipping on. I can tell y'all right off the bat, I got that New Amsterdam mango and cran mango. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I love me my mango.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I got me some Titos with apple schnapps and ginger ale. Excuse me, ginger beer.
Right.
Okay.
She doing good. And I got me Mayor's Rum with a little ginger ale. That's it.
But listen, sweet. I'm glad y'all were able to come on the show, man. It's been a long time coming. You guys have been rocking for a good minute. But before we get into that, let's tell everybody where y'all from and what y'all representing.
Oh. Go ahead.
Orange County.
But to be very specific, Jones High School, baby.
Jones High School.
Jones High School.
The only J High. The only real J High.
That's it.
Tigers.
That's it. I don't know where she come from.
What else? I'm mighty.
Now you know there's a battle between. Right, there's a battle between Edgewater and Evans about who's the real E High, but I'm not gonna get in those specifics.
Right, y'all.
All right, so now straight up, let's tell everybody what got y'all into podcasting. What brought y'all into doing the podcasting and everything?
Oh, well, I mean, for me, it was therapeutic. I started off by myself, actually just talking about my experiences. Mm-hmm. And I just crashed and burned one day. And baby, she was like, I can't let my man go out like that. I can't let him go out like that. And she helped the man still by a man. So,
right.
And
that's
made
what should happen. You got a partner, you got a better half. Somebody got to be there to support you and keep you pushing. Now, let me ask you this, Carl. Mm-hmm. Since she's been on the show and added to what you started, how has it been? Do you feel like she's taken over, or it's been like a real partnership?
It's a real partnership.
Okay.
It's a real partnership. But I'm enjoying the ride, man.
Okay.
She's amazing. I'm enjoying the ride. You know what I mean?
He winning tonight.
Yeah, he winning them cool points. He getting them cool points tonight.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. She get the ladies riled up and mad at me. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So what has it been like since you guys started this? Well, you guys are doing it every Wednesday at 8:00 on Facebook. And what have the people been saying? What are the reviews you're getting?
You want to pull it up while I go over it? You can pull it up on your phone. It's been wonderful. There's been challenges, as is life. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think the greatest challenge for me is, you know, I'm the strong person in certain areas and he's strong in certain areas. So we have to learn the balance with it. And then how do we bring it to the people, you know? And then we have the whole behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that always makes a huge difference when you're trying to go behind the scene.
Right.
When you're doing a lot of the footwork behind the scene. But just like a couple of comments, I love the conversation between couples so you can see both sides of a situation, great flow, and not just the wine, LOL. So that's like one of the comments. Somebody said real, relatable, and refreshing. So those are just a couple of comments that reviews that they made on the page, you know, talking about what the topics and things like that we come up with. Yeah.
Right. And how's the family been reacting to it? Because I know the family, I know your mama watching, and I know your sister watching. How is the family getting into seeing y'all every Wednesday on both sides? Like to see both of y'all on it, and I'm pretty sure when y'all go out in public, everybody recognize, hey, they go Boo, they go Baby, what's happening?
They don't recognize me, man.
Usually, but families have been wonderful. You know, they're receiving it very well on both sides. You know, even on my extended family on my dad's side, like you know, they're tuning in, and so my uncle, he's made comments recently. He was like, "Man, niece, like, dang, like, I can't remember how old you are. You just be breaking it, you know." And then he'll give him like, man, you said this, you know. So the family, they're definitely well receiving of it. And I think it's not too big of a deal with the level that we sometimes go to because you know the people involved.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon if you hear a cuss word, a vulgar word, or the type of topics. And then, you know, so, and if it gets too much, hey, see y'all later.
Yeah, that part. Well, listen, let me tell you something. One of the things I admire about y'all's show is the chemistry that y'all bring. Now, he come in with the foolery, and you try to simmer him down, but yet he still rise on up there some kind of way because he got to get it out there, got to get it out of himself. But I think that the chemistry that you guys bring together, that people can see a genuine love and a relationship that's not just about me, it's not about her, it's not about him, it's about us doing something for the people it makes people want to tune in every week. Now, I'm pretty sure some people say, why y'all don't do it every day? Have y'all gotten that?
Sometimes, you know, but it's like, what'll usually happen is they'll be like, man, I missed it. Dang, when you come back on? Next week. Oh, week. Yeah, put your reminder on, do what you gotta do, you know, and every now and then.
Go to YouTube and
you know, you watch it.
There you go.
Watch it. Especially when it be a real good, juicy topic. Yeah. They want to be a part of it. And so, you know, it's different. You know, it's good on the recap, but when you're watching it live and you can say what you got to say, it's cool. You know, you just want to interact with everybody. Like, I can't believe I was reading the comments and da-da-da-da. I was like, I know they did, you know, like those things you get, but it's like, well, but we understand that everybody can't watch it live. So that's why we also have the audio stream, you know, as well. So, you know, they can listen to it. And I always encourage them to make sure you drop your comments, even though you watch it later, you know, it's still, because, you know, hey, I don't know, and share it with somebody. I don't know, do it all.
Right. and that's one of the biggest things about this business, just being a podcaster alone. Not everybody is able to tune in to like, what is podcast? That's the first thing they ask because they don't understand. But it's also an unlimited radio where you can say whatever you want without being censored. Now, depending on like my show, I try to keep it a little censored just because everybody across the world is listening to it. But I want people to understand that when you are being interviewed by me, feel free to say what you need. Because if you don't get it out, I don't want you to hold it inside and then say, oh, I should have said that, and then bust open. Now, when the next time we interview, you want to try, but it's too late now. What's the biggest difficulties that you guys have seen just going further, even to the point where you are now, like, what's the challenges that you have every week to try to come up with a topic, or are people sending you guys topics?
I think support.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize the levels of the support, what support they can do.
Right.
You know, if you can't watch the show, send it to somebody else.
Right.
If you can't watch the show live, like I said, still make the comments. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think some of the biggest challenges is, you know, like I know I bump heads with him. He wants to see the support from the people that's like in our circle.
I agree. But let me put it to you like this, Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get uncomfortable with people who I was comfortable with to support me. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're looking like my mom and them, my cousin, people that know me, and like, y'all come check me out, and they really not interested like that. So they're not your target audience. The people who tune in every week, the people who comment all the time, the people who are sharing it on a regular basis, those are your target audience. And I had to find myself in that spot. I put this up, only one person like it. Only one person might, you know, make a comment on it, or one person might share it. But what I found myself doing is encouraging myself, because the Holy Spirit say, keep going. It's some videos out there encouragement say, keep going. It's touching somebody. And if it touches one person, next thing you know, it creates what? A domino effect. Because then they're going to say, listen, I need you to listen to this right here. Because, let's be honest, you can listen to somebody who's a great motivator, no matter what. And we might agree. But what they said, you might not touch you like it touched me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's take Eric Thomas, one of the #1 people out there for motivational speaking.
Yes.
Everybody can't dig him. They think he's too loud, he's too rough, too aggressive.
Right.
But there's something that's in him that resonates with me, and resonates with a whole lot of other people that made him the #1 black motivational speaker in the world. He had to keep going. So my advice, just like I had to take my own, and some people gave me some, don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing, because somebody watching. Somebody watching what we doing.
The numbers keep going up.
They keep going.
View.
Come on now, lean this way.
So when they talk, they leave a comment or hit a reaction or not, that view number goes up. Because I look at those type of the analytics behind the scene. You know, I'm looking at what it is when the show ends, and then look at what it is when I wake up in the morning. And if 80 people watched it throughout the night, we're gonna be back on next week.
Right. It makes a big difference. I think one of the things that I started doing morning rides, and I share it on all my platforms. And what I noticed is a lot of people take into it. Like I did one day, I was fighting gnats and everything. Listen, it was making me mad. I got in the car and I left. But some say, listen, that was a good one. You need to go back. I said, God dang it, but I'm fighting. We doing all like this right here. And right when I got to the end of one, a fly sat right there on the camera. I say, now look at that, I got to start all over again. The perseverance that you have to continue, regardless of what's going on, makes it so much more sweeter. I got it done, even with all them gnats flying around. I had to pretend they weren't there. And I want to swap and everything, but I had to pretend they weren't there. So how do you guys see yourselves, like, maybe 2 more years from now with the podcast? And are you guys looking to expand a little more, reaching out to even more bigger supports to put you out on a bigger platform?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm taking over the city first. Taking over for old set.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's #1.
Yeah.
If I can take over the whole city that I'm at, then sky's the limit, because then I'm moving on to the region.
Right.
I'm taking over the city.
Right.
You know, steps.
Yeah.
Goals.
Absolutely. I agree. I think that in 2 years, continuing, keeping the same energy, it's going to, like you say, just keep going, and it's going to hit the right person, and it just takes one right person for it to be, because you can't tell me I ain't famous right now. Okay, like Because what you said earlier, how do people react when they see us out in public?
Oh, no. They walk right past me
like, that's baby. That's baby. You know.
Then they be like, where Boo at?
Or if they see him, they'll be like, where baby at? You know, they'll use something. But it's because they be like wanting to say, girl, I like what you said.
I get no love.
You get
like,
no love,
they don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I am. They walk past me 10 times. And they see a baby like, oh, you baby. Where's that Buddha? Over there.
Oh, I didn't realize it was real. One minute she was like so excited. Look, that's when I knew it was real out here, okay? Right. She was so excited she had to take the picture. She was like, she saw him, they hunted me down because she needed to take a picture with me, and I was like,
and that's a they see me.
You know what?
They're like, well, I need to pick you up.
It's funny because I remember a couple of times I was out with my kids and several people had recognized me in the mall, and I was and she watched and say, Daddy, are you famous? I said, not yet. She said, why they came up? I said, because it's what I do. Got it with the Taco Bell, and young lady said, that's him. That's him. I just turned my head. I didn't want to give too much of a smile. I'm like, you know, my head ain't big, but it feels good when people recognize what you do, the things that you do that's changing somebody's life. We can all, you know, give ourselves an applaud or a pat on the back for standing tall for other people who are going through something. These conversations that you guys are having, I know they changing somebody's life because they're not watching just to be watching. Because none of us look like gold, you know, and they ain't lying it.
I didn't even know that this lady watched the show.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know who it was.
Like, she wasn't one of our regular viewers that would be on live. Mm-hmm. So she was one of those numbers of the views that I said that takes place after the live is over. And I never knew her to ever be on the show when we did it live. So the mere fact that she was talking about certain show, you know, episodes and things, I was like,
oh, she was
you watched it? She was like, yes, honey, you was giving it to him.
They want to see her give it to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
they don't want to hear what I got to say.
It's funny that you say that because there are times when, like, it's like she give you that look like, what you talking about? You done slid all the way over. I need you to come back over here. Like, come back over here, Buddha. Come back over here. And I'm sitting there. That's when I start hitting the smiley face like 1,000 times. You see a whole bunch of that speaker. I say, ooh, she getting her right now. Buddha, come back, dog. Come back. She getting you. And I'm like, man, it's so good to see y'all doing what y'all doing. And I, you know, to be honest with you, I'm over here by myself, but I know I'm not by myself because I have that y'all support. You know, and everybody else who watches, like all the people that's watching right now, it feels good to see y'all do what y'all do right now. I'm so excited for y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all understand. I watch y'all. Now, I might be one of the people that watch y'all after because I'll be like, hey, it's bedtime, 4:30 coming real quick. So I have to catch y'all on the replay. But for the most part, you know, I do try to catch y'all when y'all first come on to try to get my little words in to see what the topic is. But again, I applaud y'all so much. Do me a favor, man. Let the people know how they can get in touch with y'all. If they want to book y'all, they want to just say, hey, y'all, can I get some advice or whatever it is? You know, let them know what Sipping Conversation is all about.
So that's your part.
It's my part. Okay. He said it's my part. Okay. So we are on all major platforms, first and foremost. But I'm encouraging people to go to our web page, which is www.buddhaandbaby.com. So I'm going to spell that because I know it gets a little tricky for people. That's BUDDHA, Buddha, AND, baby, BABI, not a Y, I.com. So buddhaandbaby.com is our web page. Okay. However, right now, we're still on Facebook, doing our live on Facebook. Over the next few weeks, we're going to run a test, and we're going to be running our live through YouTube. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you pin it? Caliboy, can you pin it?
Listen, I'm looking to try to pin it myself. That's really
I'm
not
gonna
my
try to see if I can
expertise.
do it. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it. But nevertheless, BootyandBaby.com is our webpage. You can find us on all of our platforms. Our name is Sippin' and Conversations, SIPPIN and Conversations. Okay. And we're on, if you Google it, it'll pull up all of our platforms.
Right.
Voila.
First of all, Googling it, it'll pull up all the platforms.
First page. First page.
And so, what do we do every Wednesday? We used to come on at 7:45, but now we extended it to 8 o'clock. So Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, you'll find Buddha and Baby going live on Facebook. And basically our topics, they range from anything from spicing up your marriage or your relationship to financial literacy to child support to everything in between. And you know, like I like to keep, you know, my new thing is real talk, real life, real people.
And that's what it
Only
is.
thing I add to it is for all the ladies who want to know what men really think, uncut and uncensored, by all means, I'm gonna give it to you.
As y'all can see, that's a food right there.
I like too.
Okay. As you can see, that's a food right there. Straight up.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the people that, you know, he's gonna give you the male version. I'm gonna give you the female version of whatever the topic is, but I try to stay general instead of being very specific, and then periodically I'll incorporate a specific, because the funny thing is, like you say, on the show, he's very Buddha.
Extrovert.
He's very turned up. He's very extroverted. But the funny thing is, the ironic thing about it is, we actually are totally opposite off the camera.
Wow.
Right.
You would never know, which is probably why people recognize me more so than him when we out, because I'm the social butterfly.
Right.
Hey, how you doing?
You know, I'm the one going to, you know, he does too. But it's usually me that you'll see first.
Right.
And then I'll be like, hey, come on, we need to go talk to so-and-so. And then he'll be like, okay. So he'll come along. He's a great participant, but he's not going to initiate, or, you know, he's not the initiator out publicly.
So would you say, Buddha, would you say you just try to feel it out first before you just jump in it? Or you just, you know, that's just really not you?
No, I'm just a protector. So I'm always I'm gonna observe the scene, make sure baby's okay.
Right.
Before I do anything. So I'm using this around, just making sure that everything's okay.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So you keep the eyes moving, is what you're saying. You keep the eyes moving.
That's right.
Because ain't no telling where I'm at.
Ain't no telling.
Like flutter, like a real butterfly. Flutter. Hey. I'm a socialite.
Hey,
right.
Listen,
So,
you and me both. But like I said, I rock this thing over here by myself, and it's been a while. Now, you know, one of the things I want to say to y'all is I'm looking for a co-host. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm starting to look for a co-host because, you know, when you do it by yourself, and for a while, like I'm 3 years in, and for a while it's like, man, I got this. But when you don't want to seem conceited. You want to have other people's opinions, so it's not like one-sided. And that's what I love about y'all show. Just to piggyback off the many shows that are out there, if you have just one person talking, you always get one side. And then you have to worry about, okay, now we need to get somebody to call in, and then you have the big argument. But if you have 2 to 3 people, you can sit around a table before the show airs, go over the procedures of things that we're going to talk about, what we're not going to do on camera, because everybody don't need to know our business. You hear what I'm saying?
That was a challenge. That was one of the challenges.
Because he ain't know what I was going to say. I'm just going to say it.
I knew what he prepped me on what he going to say, and then go all the way. And I'm like, come here.
It's out there now.
You might see me doing these.
I have.
It's abusive.
Oh my God. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to make sure y'all, if you did not catch this on the beginning, I am sitting and talking with Buddha and Baby from Sipping and Conversations, which you can catch them every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on Facebook. Also, you can check their YouTube channel out. They pin where you can go to buddhaandbaby.com if you want to get any T-shirts, if you want to get anything, or just talk to them, have a conversation. Listen, thank y'all so much. Yeah, bring it up. It'll be there. Thank y'all so much once again for being on the show. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm so happy for y'all. Y'all hear all the applauses in the background. That's all the people. Okay, listen.
Thank you.
I love that thing y'all got back there. That's a beautiful picture right there.
Hey, we follow you.
Hey, I got one more. Look at that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. I took that picture. And I'm so glad that they're using that picture because it say, oh, CaliBoy got some artwork going on. Yeah, I got artwork going on. Y'all gonna remember me because
it's really one of my favorites.
They're gonna be y'all famous right now because that picture right there. And the love that y'all bring, the positivity, the insight that y'all have. Listen, again, hats off to y'all. All this great, but hats off to y'all. Many blessings. Listen, it's everywhere. But, I want to bless y'all and y'all continue success with the Sipping and Conversations, the 407 Show Live. I love y'all. There's nothing y'all can do about it as long as y'all have faith, commitment, and love. As I always say, anything is possible. Thank y'all so much for being on the show, man. I will holler at y'all later. I love y'all. Y'all be easy, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
You too, man. Keep on the good work. Hey!
Buddha baby, y'all. Give the people some love. Give them some
Tune
love.
in tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We're going to be at
8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 o'clock tomorrow on Facebook. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. They're live every Wednesday. Holler at y'all later, man. I'm out of here.
All right.